going, people? Obviously, it's your boy, Mr. Casey from Not Your Guru, and we are back with gold USD analysis for the week. This was analysis that we did last week, and we did hit our take profit one as we expected. We expected market to break this area, come back on a retest to do our entry to take profit one, and this was take profit two. So we did hit our take profit one, which was good. If you did enter the trade, I reckon you should have taken profit now. What we're going to do is do more analysis for this coming week. I'll just remove everything. And as we always do, we start from the monthly chart, so the M1 to do analysis. We do have a low about there, and then we do have a high which is about there. What do I reckon? I reckon market's coming back to test around this area, around the high, because it's been moving crazy. So I do expect something like that. So we run down to the weekly chart. We see market, like I said, is trying to run back to this area. Now, what do we see here? We see an impulsive move. And like I said in the last week, I expected an impulsive move where I expect a red candle to come, which is this, and the wick did close. So we are going to use our Fibonacci retracement tool. As I promised in the last video, we pull it out. We start from where the impulsive move started, which is about there, to where it stopped. So we stop about where the red candle is. Let me just increase this a bit so I can see a bit more clearly. So now you see on my Fibonacci retracement 2, I do have three levels. I have 38.2, I have level 50, and I have level 61.8. What do they mean? When I say market is going to retest this level, go back up, or this level, go back up, it means it doesn't necessarily mean that market should retest that same level. Sometimes, actually not even sometimes, most of the times market always surpasses this level, comes to about there. This is where the market makers, hedge funds, grab a lot of us retail traders. So because we did our analysis, we think the more market reaches there, we start buying. You get it? More market reaches there, we start buying. What market does is it always extends below our levels or above our levels. Why? Because it's trying to grab our stop losses. And obviously, the big boys know we're retail traders, we fear loss of money. So we always set a very, very maximum stop loss. But that's what happens. So that is what I expect. For now, I'm going to remove this level, but as we can see, it actually matches very proper with this low. So I reckon it's not really going to happen now, but for now, I'm going to remove it, and I'll remain with I'll remove this too because it's at the top. Oh, we could leave it. Let me actually leave it because it could be out of profit. One, two, three. So when we run down to the daily chart, we see exactly what we want. Market stop there. So we can label this as our high around there. So that's our high. And the market is currently at that level. So what do we want to see? this coming week, we want to see a market that will break this area, come back, retest it, then come to this area, take profit one and take profit two. And if it's on our way, then take profit three. That's what we want to see. So let me just remove this. Let's go down to the 4 hour chart and we start drawing out our areas of interest when it comes to entries. So we do have these levels that align properly. We'll just maybe adjust them to proper levels out there. This goes there. This goes there. And then this. So what we want to see is market is around this area. It's a very prominent area. Why? Because we see, I'm drawing it a bit bigger. I would have drawn it here. Why? Because I believe market reacts to the immediate level. So this is the level, but I'm just extending it this side so we can see what I'm going to explain. So I'll extend it a bit there, then increase it there. So I'll draw a high. Our high is there. So this is our high. So what are we saying? We're saying a market that broke this area, which is our high now, tried coming to this area, resisted, failed to break it, went back to that area, failed to break that area, came back to this area, failed to break this area. It tried going back to our high and it failed, and it's now back to our new resistance area. So what do we want to see? We want to see a market that will break this area, retest the same area, so we can take our SR entries to this level and this level. That's what we want to see. But I've run down to the 1 hour chart so that I can draw up very clearly for everyone. What do we want to see? Like I said, we saw a market that broke this area, tried retesting, failed, going back to that high, failed to break it, went back there, and failed to still reach this area. So ideally, these are two levels. Now, what do I think is going to happen this week? I think market that will consolidate around the same area, go back up, down, as it's grabbing a lot. Why it's doing that is it's grabbing a lot of liquidity so that it does move down gently. So I reckon market will do that and then eventually break this area, and then on the retest, take our entries to that level. Why? Now I'm gonna do a bit of like a support analysis for gold USD. We do support gold USD with the DXY, which is the US dollar index. And what do we see? We see this was our past analysis, and our levels are still on. What do we see? We see a market that will, let's just reanalyze this. We'll run down to the monthly chart like we always do. Why? Because we want to see the direction of the market. We're seeing a high there, and then we're seeing this around this area. This is our low. So ideally, what I think is we want to see a market that will be around this area. I reckon maybe by the end of the month, probably market will be up there. Then the following month, market will be down. But this is what we see. When we run down to the 1 week chart, we see it is an area of interest. I'll just change the color to green. So market broke this area, never retested, came back, retested, and it's going up. This is where the week closed. So I reckon market is going to come back still to this area, test this area. That's what I reckon. That's what I think. And when we're down to the daily chart, we could just do small adjustments around there, and then small adjustments around there. So this is a prominent area. This is a very prominent area. You see a market that broke this area, retested, and then broke this area. So we're now seeing a new area of interest, which is there. So these are two areas of interest. This low and this. So I think market will do some maybe consolidation within the week, but I reckon it's going to come back and retest this area. So which means our US dollar index, we expect it to gain in some bit of energy within the following week, within this coming week. We go back to the 4 hour time frame, we see an impulsive move too. So we draw a Fibonacci tool to where the red candle is. So, like I say, I think the gold USD market is going to do a lot of consolidation in the same area before it breaks, and that's what we're seeing. So we're seeing about these areas. These are areas of interest. We're seeing this level, which kind of aligns with this level. So we're going to draw it there. And then we do have level 50, just aligning with the same thing. And then level 65. So we can remove this and label it as red. So remove this tool. So what I think is I think market will do a lot of consolidation within this, as like I said in the gold USD, before it breaks up to this area, because that's an area of interest. So when we go to the 4 hour time frame, we see the same, and we can just draw down. This is an area. This is a very prominent area there. There. So I think market is going to do a lot of consolidation about there, and then break to this area. So when it breaks to this area, it means our US dollar index is gaining a bit of energy, which means the gold USD is going to lose some energy. It's going down for the sell, and that is how we do a comparison analysis. So if this does what we think it's going to do, and we expect the gold USD to do the same.